Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We are live now. Okay. All right. Bruno has the ball. I don't like those yellow socks. I wish we had gone all black. I don't like the yellow socks. And they look a little funny. Almost like the yellow socks and yellow shorts better than the black shirt and shorts and then yellow socks. Anyway, here comes Luke Shaw. That was the first a smart one-time pass from Casemiro. Sheshko battling. Sheshko doing well. I think Sheshko gets a goal this game. He's starting out pretty well. Bruno, Dallo, Dallo edge of the box. Cunha, Dallo, far post. Here come Forest. Elliot Anderson showing why we should sign him right away. What's going on, people? If you are watching, please do hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. I feel like Elliot Anderson starting the exact opposite to Carlos Baleba last weekend. What are your score predictions, too? Get those score predictions in. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking 3-0 Manchester United. I'm feeling good about this one. We even got the mug on today. I got the... Oh, wait, wrong side. There we go. Yeah, see? I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it today. Here comes Forrest. Into the box. Ooh, dangerous. I think that deflected out wide for a corner kick from Shaw. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know where you're watching from also. Always like to see where our fan base is. And just so you guys know, there's no super chats here. This is all just free open chat. So let me know what you think. Talk about whatever. Douglas Luiz far post. Oof. That was a chance for Forrest. That was a chance. Was it Dallo back there? Yeah, Dallo's gonna be wary about him. I feel like Dallo. I feel like maybe Euro should have been on that guy, not Dallo. Euro's a little bit taller. Here goes Forrest again, swinging it out wide. Oof. Lemons had to tip that ball over. That was a rocket from Ndoye. That was a rocket. Wow. I feel like Sean Dyche got into the Forest players because I think he's like, you better not make a fool of me with the words that he said about having more points with the same squad or something like that. He said, I can forget the exact quote. You know what I'm talking about, where he was basically kind of taking a shot at Amram. All right, corner from Forest. Louise ball in. Oof. Anderson tried to take a shot, whiffed it. Ball back into the box, cleared by Yoro. Ball still up in the air. And back to the Forest keeper. Don't be shy, guys. Chat if you want to, get the conversation going. No one bites here. We're all friends here. And let me make that clear. Actually, this is not one of those like toxic channels where I'm like, "Oh, you're a this and that," and I call you a name because I disagree with your opinion. This is not. This is not that place. So feel free to say what you think. I'll disagree. Not saying I won't disagree, but you know, it's a safe space. We'll put it that way. United on the ball. Dillett over to Dallo. Dallo. No, that's not a foul. That's a crap call. I think Dallo got around and Doy. Let me see. Dallo. Nah, that's not a foul. And Doy fell over. That's a terrible call. Here come Forest. Down our left hand side. Ball into the box. I'm out there to head it away. Man, I really thought Forest were going to sit off of us. I'm surprised that they're really trying to attack us this high up the pitch. I'm a little surprised by that. I don't know. Are you surprised by that? Let me know what you think. United on the ball now. Things have calmed down a little bit. Bruno dropping deep to collect, standing next to Dallo almost. Bruno passes over to Dillett. Dillett to Yoro on the right hand side. Yoro goes down the right line, right hand side, looking for Mbumo. Forrest cut that out under a little bit of pressure. Ultimately, a throw in for Forrest. Forrest with the throw. Down line. Casemiro wants the header. Whose ball is that? United ball. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. United throw in. Ahmad looking for the throw. Somebody move. Come on, people. Move, move, move. Move. There we go. Sheshko back to Ahmad. Forrest had the ball now. Turnover. No, come on, referee. This referee's calling everything. It's like you breathe on a player, a Forest player, and he's just blowing his whistle. And I said in my match preview, I was like, look, nothing to worry about with this referee. I was wrong. I thought he'd be fair. Uh-oh. It's like a Forest player has a problem already. Douglas Luiz. Looks like he's done his hamstring. Yeah, he's probably done. I think he's done. I think he's done. That you don't play with a hamstring. If you ever played, you don't mess with a hamstring. If you feel that little bit of twitch, that little bit of pull, just cut it. Don't push it. Especially you younger players. If you're listening and watching, if you feel like a hamstring pull, don't try and push through it because those things can haunt you like for the rest of your days. Same with the quad. If you feel like a bit of a quad strain, just sit down, get off the pitch and nurse it because you don't want to push that and then tear it some more and then yeah. Like I had a bit of a quad injury one time and I don't know, like every now and then it still bothers me. Even though I don't play as much nearly these days. And this happened over a decade ago. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I think he's coming off. It's a shame though, you hate to see any player go down and go off like that, especially early in the match. I mean, it's what he went down the 11th minute, so 12th minute. So they're putting Ryan Yates onto the pitch. And in case you're wondering what the lineups are, I mean, if you're watching, you see it, but if not, if you can't see it and you're unable to watch, United, we've got Lemons in goal, we've got Shaw left center back, we've got Dillett center back, Yoro right center back, Amad Diallo right wing back, Dallo left wing back, Bruno and Casemiro in the midfield. Cunha and Mbumo and Sheshko make up our attacking front three. What link are you talking about? I can't share any links to watch the match. I can't I mean I can tell you I'm watching on Hulu. I'm sorry, I'm watching on Peacock. I mean I can tell you that, but I can't like stream it here because I get in trouble for that. I get sued. And I got no money, so so good luck trying to sue me, but you know. All right, here comes Forrest. Hudson Adoy into the box. Looking for a shot over the bar. Yeah, I'm surprised by Forrest. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm surprised by Forrest. I'm surprised at how attacking they are and like how high up the pitch they're pressing us. I really thought they were going to sit off of us, and I really thought we were just going to have all day on the ball, and it would be a bit of a different challenge for us having more of the ball. So I'm surprised. I think we'll come good though. But let me know your score predictions. Lemons to take the goal kick. Ball is up. And Forest win the first ball. United win the second ball, third ball. And it's down at Cunha's feet. Here comes Cunha. Cunha charging. Sheshko wide. Rocket though. That was a rocket. If that was on frame, that would have been 1-0. Because Sheshko can smack the ball. Oh wait, is that taking a deflection? Is that a corner kick? No. I thought on the replay it took a deflection, so I thought there was a shout for a corner kick there, but I guess not. But yeah, no, Sheshko smacked that. If that was on frame, that would have been 1-0. Sells would not have had a chance. Bruno, Casemiro, Dello, Bruno fouled. That was smart by Bruno because he had nowhere to go. Bruno kind of did a bit of a Cruyff there. Oh god, now Bruno's holding his hamstring. Okay, I think he's fine. I think it was just a knock, not any kind of pull. Because I'm like, please, Bruno, don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Turn my mic down a little bit. Sorry, I'm probably killing your eardrums right now. 17th minute throw from Diogo Dallo. He tried to steal some yards. The ref told him to get back. Goes down the line, looking for Sheshko, but Forrest won that one. Ball still bouncing around, playing a bit of head tennis right now. All right, finally Casemiro's on it. Ahmad out wide. Here comes Ahmad across the halfway line. Cuts it back to Yoro. Yoro inside to Bruno. Bruno to Casemiro. Casemiro, a little bit of risky pass over to Shaw, but that relieved the pressure. Yeah, Forrester, they're pushing us. Here comes in. Here comes. That's a block. That's a block. That's a foul. Cunha. Oh boy, Cunha's down. Yates blocked Cunha off the ball, so it's a foul. But now I'm worried because Cunha's staying down. Okay, he's up now. See, when these guys go down and they start rolling and holding stuff, man, I worry because that's my thing right now is that we've been on a run of games, and uh, I feel like we're a bit fragile right now, right? Like I feel like if someone goes down with an injury from our starting 11, like a Cunha or an Mbumo, that could send things crumbling. Anyway, Cunha on the ball now. Cunha inside to Bruno. Bruno ball into the box. Far post, Casemiro right into the arms of Cells. Uh, Bang Denny 2012. I don't know what that means. I don't know what language that is. Forest on the ball right now, knocking it across their back line. Anderson on it. Gibbs White in the center circle. Tries a forward pass, but that's cut out by Yoro, but then given back to Forest. Nico Williams. Anderson forward pass. Again, a little too much on that. Yoro collects back to Lammers. Lammers boots it clear. We're not winning the first ball. Come on, guys. Dallo out to Mbumo. Peacock. I'm watching it on Peacock. Cunha loses out on that one. Yeah, Peacock's a streaming service. I don't know if you have it wherever you are. Um, it might just be a US thing. I don't know, but that's where I'm watching it. Forest with a little possession at the halfway line, knocking it about their back line. Anderson looking for a penetrating pass, cut out by Casemiro. Ahmad with the ball. We're looking a little flat on ideas right now. Like, again, if you're not able to watch, when our players are getting the ball, they're looking a little bit lost, like a little bit like not sure what to do. Hey, you're welcome. Not a problem at all. Buma was looking for Sheshko with a nice curving ball, um, but I don't think he got a solid boot to it. Let me just watch the replay here. Ah, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, if Sheshko got on the end of that, that would have been a goal right there. That was a great ball from Mbumo. There was a curving ball. Sheshko's making a straight run, and Mbumo curving ball, looking for Sheshko. The defender swung at it, and it threw Sheshko off. So the ball bounced off of Sheshko's feet right to Sells, the Forest keeper. But good idea from Mbumo. And it's funny because I was just talking about how the players are looking a little bit lost when they get the ball at the moment. But that's because Forest are cutting off our passing lanes. Anyway, United on the ball right now. Shaw. DeLitt. Is DeLitt limping? No, he's okay. Okay. Ahmad. Bruno. Bruno was looking for Mbuma, but didn't quite come off. Nottingham Forest have the ball. Here come Forest up the right-hand side. See, how does that ball make it to him? Like, Dallo, you should have cut that out. Forest. Forest getting closer to our box. Anderson out to the left-hand side now. Into the box. Cleared by Dallo. Cunha chasing it down. Cunha getting fouled. Bruno looking for Sheshko, misplaced pass, turnover to Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest. Here come Forest back towards United. It's a goal. Into the box. Still on the ball, Forest. Forest have now set up camp. Oh, I was about to say Forest have set up camp around our goal, but then they took a shot. Didn't quite come off. Yeah, man, I'm just surprised right now. I'm just surprised at Forest. Like I keep saying it. I know I guess you can't expect to come out and steamroll every team, right? And it isn't like we have been steamrolling every team, but it just feels a little bit flat right now from us. Like we're trying some things, not quite coming off, but our players are just looking a little bit flat right now. Like I said, when each player gets the ball, they just kind of look a little bit unsure of what to do. And Forrest are doing a good job of cutting off our passing lanes, so that's part of it. Um, but yeah, it just feels a little bit flat from the players right now. But as I say there, here's Mbumo into the box, looking for Sheshko, who's not there. But Sheshko's still pressing. Forrest under some pressure. Forrest finally cleared. DeLitt was that first header. Good work from DeLitt. Anderson tries to bring it down, does bring it down successfully. Ahmad misses the ball. Anderson's down. Casemiro away with the ball. Here's Ahmad. Ahmad fouled. Not fouled. Okay, I thought he was fouled. That's why I'm not a referee. Ahmad's having to go at the linesman there because he thought he was fouled. I thought he was fouled too, but I guess not. Ahmad with the throw. Throws it down line, looking for Cunha, but Forest win that ball. Casemiro was trying to play it inside. Bit of a loose ball. Shaw steps up to win it. 1-2. Shaw. Ooh. Looking for Sheshko. Again, that rolls through the cells. That's good work from Luke Shaw. And speaking of Luke Shaw, do you think that Lisandro Martinez comes back and displaces Luke Shaw? My hot take / controversial point / response to that question was no. I don't think Luke Shaw gets dropped for Licha at this point. Forrest on the ball. Anderson looking long. Too long. I feel like Elliot Anderson, she's trying. he's trying to show out a little bit. He's trying to show out a little bit. I think he's trying to put on a little bit of an audition, right? I'm sure he's read the papers. He knows that United are sniffing around. DeLitt on the ball at the moment. DeLitt over to Shaw. Shaw inside to Cunha. Cunha down the line. Bruno tries to play over the top to Cunha, but Ndoye defended that well. Helped along by Yates. Forrest trying to get out from under this United pressure at the moment. Oh, sure. Here comes Forrest. Here comes Forrest. Oof. Dangerous attack from Savona. Yeah, that was a great pass from Elliot Anderson, to be honest. If Savona had done better with that, we'd be looking at a 1-0 deficit right now. Swung out to Dallo, who does not keep it in. But yeah, hit the like button if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. And if you're new, please do subscribe. Trying to build a little community here. Hopefully you can be a part of it. Casemiro back to Lemens to try and relieve some of the pressure. If you are watching the game, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about it? Again, it just feels a little bit flat. It just feels a little bit, I don't know. I'm a little bit worried. I know it's early. I know it's super early. Um, that's a foul. Thank you. Finally. Yeah, I know it's early, but I just like we need something. We need some sort of impetus right now because we're looking a little bit flat at the moment. Shaw back to Lemens. Lemens on the ball. Lemens inside to Bruno. Bruno through the legs at the top of the box. Oh gosh. Oh, great pass from Shaw to Bruno. Ahmad. Ahmad. Shot. Oh, save from Sells. I thought that was goal bound. Cunha outside the box. Casemiro. Casemiro's looking for Ahmad. But the Forest player got on the end of it. No, Ahmad was offsides. What is Ahmad mad about? Anyway, yeah, I can't quite tell what Ahmad was frustrated about there. Maybe it was the first pass. I don't know. Anyway, Forrest kicked the ball up the pitch. Forrest on the ball, mostly in United's half, but now they're retreating a bit to try and pull United out of a defensive posture. So, what are you guys making of Elliot Anderson so far? If you've been following the news, obviously his name is being touted along with the likes of Angelo Stiller, um, Adam Morton, Carlos Baleba, Conor Gallagher, Morton Hillman. Who else? Quite a list of midfield targets. I still think, whether you like him or not, I still think we're getting Gallagher in January. I say that every video, I feel like, but I still think we're getting him in January. He's a safe and affordable pickup in midfield. That's why I think we're going to go for him. Casemiro, Bruno, Bruno out to Ahmad, Ahmad into Mbumo, Mbumo can't quite get that pass off to Ahmad. Mbumo goes back to Yoro. Yoro's under pressure, a lot of pressure. Lemens clear. Mbumo is angry. I have never seen Mbumo that angry before. Wow. I've never seen Mbumo that like angry before. Wow. Dallo on the ball. There's just a weird energy about this game. Again, if you're watching it, let me know if you agree or disagree, but there's just a weird energy about this game. Like the way that Forest are playing, I think has caught all of us by surprise. I've been saying that. I keep saying that because I'm still kind of surprised at how high they're pressing us up the pitch. Um, but then for whatever reason, Mbumo like being vocally angry like that was kind of a little bit out of character to me. It seems he usually seems like a pretty fairly quiet guy who goes about his business. But to see him like visibly angry and like shout like that at the linesman, it's just I don't know. It's just weird energy right now in this match. And then too, like our players just feel a little bit flat at times. Sells goes long. Shaw wins the first header. Second ball won by Cunha. Here comes Cunha. Cunha out to Mbumo into the box. Back to Mbumo. Out wide. Mbumo trying to beat his man. Ball to the box. Far post. Shushko. Nope. That's out of bounds. That was corner kick. Yeah, that's out of bounds. That's out of bounds. Yeah. Corner kick for United. Yeah, because Savona hit his head first, and then it. Oh, actually, maybe not. From that angle, the entire ball was not out of bounds. Because as you know, the entire ball has to be across the white line. Even if part of it's hanging over, is still in balance as far as, unless they've changed that rule. 1-0. Casemiro. 1-0. 1-0. So, okay. Already controversy right there. So let me explain that because I do want to be celebrating the goal, but if I'm a Forest fan, I would feel a bit hard done by. I would feel a bit hard done by because my first thought was that the ball was out of bounds and it should have been a corner kick to United. But then, and they're showing it back right now. That's a close call. That's a close call. That's a close call for a ball being out of bounds. Wow. Oof. I don't know. That's controversy right there. That's definitely gonna be a talking point. That's definitely gonna be a talking point because was that ball out of bounds or not? It was extremely close. And then it was a delayed corner kick call by the referee because everyone was jogging back thinking it was going to be a goal kick. Or not a goal kick, sorry, that Savona, the Forest player, kept it in. So everyone was kind of retreating thinking he was going to boot it long. Well, but hey, 1-0 United. Here we go. Forest with the throw here deep into United territory. Savona to take. Big throw from Savona into the box. Cunha into our own corner. Cunha. Oh! Cunha. Oh my goodness. If you could have seen that just now. Oh my word. Cunha just pirouetted his way out of that and somehow I don't know how he got out of that. I think Cunha's been still in still in cues from my pickup days. Here comes Forrest into the box. Gibbs White couldn't quite get an end of that, thankfully. Here comes Ahmad. Streaking down the right hand side. Finds Sheshko. Dallo. Oh, cleared from Forest. Cleared by Forest, I should say. Yoro. Mbumo. Delit. Bruno. Across the halfway line. Casemiro in the center circle. Back to Bruno. Bruno back to Delit. Delit over to Yoro. Yoro over to Ahmad. Ahmad looking for Casemiro. Casemiro. Bruno. Bruno being held up by Yates. Yoro, Casemiro, and Bumo. Bumo fouled, I thought. Ball bouncing around. Like somewhat like it's looking like pickup or little league soccer. Casemiro took a bit of an awkward fall. Yeah, that was sometimes passages of play like that are just hard to call when it's just pinging around and like they're playing, head tennis or they're, there's a scrap for the ball. It's just like it's tough to get through. Drop ball, play restarted. Forrest almost kicking out of bounds. Here comes Sheshko. Nah, not quite. Forrest Murillo cuts that out. I tell you, some of these referee decisions are going to be the talk at halftime and post match. I can tell you that right now. On both sides of the ball, I think there have been some missed calls for both Forest and United. And then, of course, that corner kick that led to the goal, that's going to be talked about. Forest on the ball, Forest attacking. Adoy. Shot, low shot. Ooh. Ndoye almost got on the end of Hudson Odoi's shot and almost steered that into the back of the net. Forest aren't laying down. I'll tell you that much. Lamens goes long. Flicked on by Casemiro, but won by, looks like, Yates of Forest. Dallo. Cunha Dallo. Dallo? Ah, not quite. I thought Dallo was about to go on a run there for a minute. 41st minute. Ahmad. Ahmad to Bruno into the center circle. Bruno to Cunha. Cunha is deep. Cunha is deep. Shaw. Dallo. Back to Shaw. United retreating a bit towards Lamens. Now Lamens has the ball. Lamens goes long. I'm so happy that Lamens can kick with both feet. That's such an asset. They're just showing that controversial corner kick call again. I mean, each time I watch that replay, I go back and forth. But on that last replay, it looked like the ball was actually in. Here comes United. Ahmad. Oh, over the bar. That could have been 2-0. But yeah, going back and watching that replay again for that, controversial call, it looks like the ball was actually still in. I think we got away with one there. I'll have to watch it again. I'm sure they're going to show it again at halftime, but I kind of think we got away with one there on that offsides call, or not offsides, out of bounds corner kick call. Here comes Forrest. They're still talking about that corner kick. That's going to overshadow the game. I hope that there are other goals. Oh, guys, Forrest. Good save, Lemons. Good save, Lemons. It was offsides. Okay. I hope that there are other goals in this match because I don't want that one goal to be like the decisive factor and then it be like, oh, United, you scammed a win there. I hope we go ahead and put another like two or three past them. Lemons at the kick. Goes long up the pitch, 43rd minute. Elliot Anderson, Hudson Adoy streaking forward. Gibbs White stuffed by Shaw. Cunha fouled. Referee, blow your whistle. He like punched him in the face, man. That should be a card. I'm watching this replay of Forrest's last attempt just now, man. They're breaking quick. They're breaking quick. I gotta give it to Forrest. They're not laying down. They're breaking quick. They're playing well. They're playing well. Lemons goes along with the goal kick. Forrest win the first ball. Elliot Anderson on it. Challenge from behind by Mbumo, foul. Mbumo looking frustrated. 45th minute now. Probably be 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time added on since Douglas Luiz went down with that hamstring strain. And on that goal, do you not go back to VAR on that one? I guess not, because it's the play before the goal, I guess. Jesus into the box. Shot blocked. Now it's an offsides flag. These delayed offsides calls, man, they kill the game. They killed the game, honestly. Like, just they got to go back to just calling it in the moment. I still haven't heard a good reason for allowing the play to come to a conclusion um, before raising the offsides flag. I still have not heard an actual good reason for it. 3 minutes stoppage time. 3 minutes. Lemons goes along with the kick. Free kick to Forrest. I feel like this first half is going to kind of peter out a little bit. Ball runs out. Throw in for Euro Manchester United. Forrest Anderson on the ball. Anderson with a good pass actually to find Jesus. Savona on it. Savona ball into the box. Cleared by Euro. Murillo recovers back to Sells for Forrest. Sells goes long. Too long. Dallo shields. That's a foul, referee. I'm telling you, Dallo's a good sport, man. Because I would have got up looking for a fight if I got pushed like that almost into the boards. Dallo is a better man than me because I probably would have got up. I would have pulled a Clint Dempsey. You don't know where I'm from, dog. If you don't know, it's a famous line from Clint Dempsey's clash with Micah Richards when Dempsey was playing for Spurs and Micah Richards was playing for Man City. Anderson with some nice feet there to get through the midfield and find a good pass. Here comes Forrest. Jesus in to Hudson-Odoi, who's in the box. Forrest can't quite link up. Ahmad tries to break free, but is fouled about 10 yards outside of the Manchester United box. Man, like I keep saying, man, Forrest looking dangerous. Forrest looking dangerous. This is going to be interesting. We're into the last minute of stoppage time, by the way. Probably last 5 seconds to be fair, and then we'll chat here at halftime. Lemons goes long. That is halftime. Halftime. Let me stop my clock here. Let me go ahead and get it set up for second half, actually. Let's do that. All right. So yeah, a bit. Sorry, I was just trying to listen to what they were saying on my stream. A bit of a bizarre first half. I'm not gonna lie. A bit of a bizarre first half. Um, and the reason why is because, um, sorry, it was a strange commercial. Bit of a bizarre first half because we started out weirdly flat, and I think we were caught off guard by the way that Forest came out pressing us. I think that caught everyone off guard, myself included, um, when Forest were pressing us high up the pitch. And I think that's a clear tactic from Sean Deitch, probably in an effort to not look like a fool for saying what he said about Amram previously about having more points with the same squad, or something to that effect. He said, I can't remember the exact quote. So, and I think that caused our players to look a little bit flat. Again, if you were watching that first half, you saw that usually our players are a bit quicker on the ball, a bit sharper. The ball is moving around a bit faster. But this time we got the ball and we would get it, and we're kind of like doing this number, like, who do I pass to? Which way should I go? And when you see your team doing that a little too much, you can tell that like their initial thought, their initial action isn't is no longer an option, right? Is no longer the best option, right? So, you know, so yeah, I think Forest caught us off guard. They're just showing some highlights now, so apologies, I get a little bit distracted while I'm talking here. So yeah, I think Forest came up with a good game plan. Now on to that controversial corner kick call. So I watched that replay, and in live action, right? In live action, I said the ball's out. I was like, the ball's out. Savona, the player for Forest, did not keep it in. Then I watched the replay again from a different angle, and I'm like, I think that ball's in. And I watched another angle, and I said the ball's out. But then, like, the final decisive angle was kind of it was parallel with the inline, right? It's that camera that kind of hangs over the goal, the keeper's net, right? You see it sometimes if you're watching the live streams of the matches, you'll see it from certain angles. So they used that camera, and they showed an angle where it's almost as if you're standing over the inline, and you see that there's like this much of the ball that's still hanging over the line, right? And as you know, in football, the whole ball, the whole of the ball has to cross the whole of the line for the ball to be out of bounds. I mean, you've seen multiple times, and probably even in some of your games, the ball will roll along the end line or the touch line, right? But it's still in play. And sometimes both players will stop running after it because they think it's going to go out of bounds, and it doesn't. It just rolls right along the line, right? That's still in play. The whole ball has to be over the whole line. So in this case, it wasn't. There was like this much of the ball that was still over the line. And so, yeah, they're showing it again right now. And so, honestly, we got away with one on that one. We got away with one. Now, do you say, okay, it's time for us to kind of get away with a few, right? Our luck's changing. It's our time. Do we say that, right? Is that how you feel? That's kind of how I feel. Obviously bias. I'm like, yeah, we deserve that bit of luck, right? We deserve that bit of you know, fortune, if you want to call it that, right? Um, and it was a good header by Casemiro, so taking nothing away from that. It was a well taken header. But yeah, that ball was definitely in. If you ask me, if I look at it, that ball was in, and so we got away with one on that one. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you saw all the angles that I saw. Um, but yeah, because in the heat of the moment, I would have probably called it out as well. I did call it out, but upon further inspection, that ball was in. Now I'm surprised that they didn't, or that they couldn't find a way to use VAR in that situation, right? That to me is the time to use VAR. And I'm going to say this, and you're probably going to jump at me for saying this, but yes, I know that that was the play before the play, meaning the play before the play that resulted in the goal. I get that, so you can't really use VAR on that, right? But I feel like you would find a way or rewrite the rules or something where it's like, okay, this led to a corner kick, which led to a goal. If there wasn't a goal, I would say play on, right? I wouldn't have VAR look at it. But because it was a controversial call that then led to a goal, I almost wonder if they should look at that. Tell me what you think about that. But I wonder if that should be looked at. Where it's like, because again, imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if it was Forrest that got that lucky break or whatever you want to call it. And it was, I don't know, Dallo or somebody or whoever who kept the ball in, but it was called out. Forrest get a corner kick and they score from it, right? Wouldn't you want somehow for VAR to intervene and be like, look, yes, I know it was a play before the play, but because that play before the play set up the opportunity for the goal scoring opportunity, I don't know. I don't know. But then it's like, what? Like when you start there, where do you stop it, right? What if it's like two plays before, like a foul here on one side of the box that was called inappropriately and then or incorrectly, and then the ball starts to play again, then it's another foul, and then like so. I guess you'd be opening up a can of worms if you did that, but I don't know. But again, like I mean, I'm only speaking from a neutral perspective on that. Honestly, as a United fan, I'm like, I'll take the goal. But if I'm really being honest and really speaking about it from a neutral perspective, I would definitely be like, we got away with one there, and I'd feel hard done by if I am a Forest fan. But again, tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. And also, again, Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson is doing what Carlos Baleba was trying to do when we played Brighton, right? Elliot Anderson is getting on the ball and then playing those forward passes. I mean, he looks like a shoe-in for our midfield with the way that he's playing. I mean, yeah, yeah, Gold Lace. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. What do you think? Or Gold Ace. Sorry, I said your name wrong. Gold Ace, not Gold Lace. But what do you think about Elliot Anderson, though? I was just talking about him. I think he looks like a ready-made Manchester United midfielder. With the way he's playing, the way he's getting on the ball, the way he is playing those forward passes. I mean, you know, it's Bruno-esque in a way in terms of the forward passes, right? Not dwelling on the ball, getting it, turning, seeing the pass right away within like a split second. I think he's ready made. I just the annoyance is that everyone has a camera, everyone has eyes, right? So everyone is seeing him, so his price is going to go through the roof. You know, that's the only annoyance now. Is like, okay, before he probably would have been maybe 50 million, right? But now people are seeing him play. They're seeing how good he is. Now he's probably like 100, 110, right? Young, talented, all that good stuff. Premier League proven. So, but since we're on the topic of, transfers and things, what do you feel about this, or how do you feel about this Manu Xerxes situation? How do you feel about that? Do you think both Manu and Xerxes will leave in January? Um, are you okay with them leaving if they do leave? Do you want them to stay? Tell me your thoughts on that. Because as you know how the news cycle spins. Let's say we win this match, things go well, right? We'll celebrate tomorrow, and then on Monday, it's gonna be Joshua Xerxes, Kobe Manu. Will they go? Will they stay? You know. So might as well go ahead and get ahead of it and start talking about it now, right? No. I don't know why showing these like Chelsea Spurs highlights. This game was what, like 2 years ago? 2 years ago? Something like that? No. Anyway, let's see. Are there any other matches going on right now? I just want to see. Okay, Arsenal are playing right now. Palace are playing. All right, yeah, so half the league's playing right now. Okay, so in live standings, are you ready for this one? In live standings, we're in second place. I laugh as I say it because, like, one, I know obviously it's live standings, right? Everything has to shake out by the end of the weekend. So, I mean, I don't put too much stock in the live standings, but right now we're in second place. We're in second place. Um, who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? Um, Arsenal in first 25 points. We be in second 19 points. Bournemouth, Spurs, Sunderland, and City all yet to play. Liverpool, of course, and so forth and so on. But wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that? Could you just imagine with me for a moment? Imagine if this live table stands and the other games for the other, top five teams go the right way. We'll say top seven. We'll say top seven. If those other matches go the right way and we end the weekend in second place, what, like, you couldn't tell me anything on Monday. You couldn't tell me anything on Monday. I'd be smiling from ear to ear like I am right now if these live results held through the weekend. Man. Oh man. That would be great. That would be great. Who are Bournemouth playing actually? Let's see. Bournemouth and City tomorrow. Hmm. Bournemouth and City tomorrow. So Bournemouth are third on 18 points. City are sixth. So they need to draw. Bournemouth and City need to draw. That's what needs to happen. Spurs, they're playing Chelsea. Ooh, that's gonna be a good match. That's why they're showing all the Chelsea Spurs highlights because they're playing later today, about an hour and a half from now. Okay, okay, okay. I hadn't looked at the weekend schedule. Like I said yesterday, it was Halloween, man. I was out hanging out. I'm not even gonna lie. That's why I'm a little tired right now. um, yeah, Spurs and Chelsea. Uh, Chelsea needs to win that one. So Bournemouth and City need to draw. Chelsea needs to beat Spurs. Sunderland, they've got Everton, so Everton need to win that one. Palace can keep doing what they're doing. Liverpool, Aston Villa, they'll probably lose to Liverpool will probably lose to Villa. Watch that happen. Watch that happen. Because they're right there next to each other. Man, who is loving this Liverpool like downfall right now? I'm loving it. On my other channel, I put out a video, and if you watched me, you know I've mentioned it before. I put out a video and I was winding up the Liverpool fans, and I was like, is this man a fraud? And I put it out before the downward spiral started for Liverpool. Just get my timer set because the players are back out on the pitch now. And man, they went after me. It was like sharks smelling blood off of a wounded fish. I mean, they went after me, man. But after like a few days had passed, and then like a week had passed, and Liverpool got more bad results, I went back and I was like, knock knock, just checking on you guys. Crickets. No one said a word. Anyway, second half kicking off, and here we go. Forest Sells goes long. I don't know why they headed that. He should just let that run through the lemons. Anyway, here we go. United on the attack. Let's go, Dallo. Dallo against Milinkovic. Bruno, Shaw to Cunha, Cunha over to Euro. Cunha's dropping very deep. Again, if you guys aren't able to watch the match, Cunha is dropping pretty deep to get the ball. Um, Almost to the back line. He's almost kind of doing what Bruno does. And Bumo, such a good touch. Oh, such a good touch from Bumo, man. He's so good at bringing that ball down. It's just it's like watching art in motion. Forrest tried to go long, overhit the pass. Lamens collects with his feet, takes a little stroll across his box towards the penalty spot, and then passes it up to Luke Shaw at the top of the half circle. Passes it over to Euro. Euro looking forward, foot on top of the ball, back to Lamens. Lamens tries to look for Ahmad, plays it a little too far, too high, out of bounds. Elliot Anderson. Here comes Savona, the guy in the center of the controversy. Dangerous ball in. That was a shove. Ahmad was pushed. Ahmad was pushed. Yeah, this referee is he's kind of making himself the main character, and I don't like that. Like that was a good deflection, a good block off of a dangerous ball in from Savona. That was a good block by DeLitt, but then Ahmad was definitely pushed on that one. It shouldn't have foul. Corner punched away. Forest recover. They go all the way back to their keeper cells. Hudson-Odoi on the ball. Anderson. Anderson tries to swing it and is successful. That was a good switch by Anderson. Pay the money. Pay the money for Anderson. Ball into the box. Oh no! Gibbs White scores 1-1. 1-1. I knew Forest weren't laying down. They weren't laying down. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Man. 1-1. Game on. Back even, back on level terms. It's basically another whole match. I mean, but that pass from Elliot Anderson though. I mean, that's a good header too. Like, I mean, Gibbs White versus Ahmad. Gibbs White stronger, bigger than Ahmad. I mean, oh, just out of Lemens's reach. Like it was like this far. It was like his hand was here, and it was like here. It was that far from getting his fingertips on that. I mean, it's hard to find fault with that goal from a United point of view because that pass from Elliot Anderson was on a tightrope and just drilled out to Ndoye. Um, the only thing I could say is that I might need to be stronger, but I mean, he's only so big, right? He's only so big, and you can only carry so much muscle trying to play football. No, two what? 2-1. Savona. I don't know what to say. 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 That's 2-1. I mean, the ball fell kindly for him because he was definitely challenged for the ball. We challenged for it, so I mean, he was challenged by two players, Euro and Delit. The ball just fell kindly. Yeah, Dallo can't really challenge too hard there because he would just go down for a penalty. I don't know. Maybe that's justice for that out of bounds corner kick call. I don't know. I don't know. It's like I want to be upset. I want to be upset, but you know, I guess the equalizing goal was fair because we kind of got a bit of a scammy goal, to be honest. If I'm being neutral about it, and then the second goal, the ball just kind of fell kindly. And here come Forrest again. Jesus crossed to the box. That makes it through to Adoy, who's being challenged by Ahmad. Ooh, risky pass, risky pass. Well handled by Lemens. Gosh. I thought we were going to come out. I thought we were going to, maybe struggle to start the second half and then eventually get a second goal to kind of, silence the city ground and kind of take the wind out of the sails of Forest here. But they've come out and put two past us in quick succession. And like, I don't know what to say other than sign Elliot Anderson. That's what I'll say for sure. Like, I don't care how much money you have to spend it to get Elliot Anderson. I don't care. I mean, it's not my money anyways. Of course, I don't care. But no, Elliot Anderson's a must. He's a must. Here comes Casemiro. Bruno. Bruno. Out to Ahmad. Ahmad. To the box. Ooh. Ball bounces around. Oh, offsides. Offsides. Okay. Uh, it was a handball. Okay, handball from Casemiro. Man, I am like, I'm a little bit stunned into silence right now. I have no idea which way this is going to go. I mean, obviously Forrest is leading, but I mean, then we just had a golden chance right there. If Casemiro delayed his run just a slight bit, we'd be back on level terms again, 2-2. But 2-1 and on we go. Delit on the ball. Delit over to Euro. Euro over to Ahmad at the halfway line. Ahmad crosses the halfway line, looking for options. And Bumo. And Bumo rolls it over to Shaw. Switch the point of attack. Shaw looking for options. Shaw to Bruno. Bruno's dropped deep here to get the ball. And Bumo tried to flick to Sheshko. Didn't come off. Let's look at some stats. Let's do that because I'm like 8 shots for Forest, 6 for United, 3 apiece on target, 58% possession for United, 90% pass accuracy. Wow. 3 corners apiece. Here comes United. And Brumo shot right to Sells. Sells falls on top of it. Oh. I sat there and I joked and laughed about the live standings, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about the live standings because right now we are seventh place in live standings. Obviously, with other games to be played and other games currently being played, all that changes. So I say that partially joking with the live standings because it's not, the only standings that matter is once the weekend's done. It's another chance from Forest. Defensive header out by Dallo. So it's a corner kick for Forest. I just wonder if maybe we need to bring on Mazraoui and for Ahmad. Ahmad's attacking well, but I feel like Forest are targeting him a little bit because of his size. So I wonder if maybe this is a game for Mazraoui to come on. I'm just waiting for the corner kick here. I'm going to tweet that too and see if anyone agrees or disagrees. And you let me know, of course, in the chat. What do you think? Another header, Forest over the bar. Or maybe Maguire. But I don't know who you would take out, though. But I just feel like we're struggling with Forest height at the moment. Like you watch these corner kicks, and yes, I know we scored from one, but like they're winning a lot of the balls in the air. And Bumo tries to look for Cunha in the box. Goal kick. I thought Bumo should have shot that one. I think he should have shot it, but that's why he's getting paid the money to play, and I'm getting not paid to sit here and watch. Wow. Deitch is screaming, oh my goodness. That's going to get clipped up. Sean Deitch was just screaming his head off, like about to blow a vessel. Shaw fouled Jesus. Jesus is down, holding his leg. Oof. He saw his ankle kind of roll a little bit. Man, I tell you what, like I don't know if you guys saw, if you're able to watch, but if you didn't see it, so Jesus from Forest is down. Usually your teammates come and they're like, "Oh, what's wrong, bro?" Blah blah blah. The Forest guys were trying to like grab him up, and, like get up and keep fighting on. So Sean Deitch has put this like steel in the spines of all of these Forest players, where they're just like hard news. Elliot Anderson tries to put a ball into the box. It's deflected. United trying to break free. Here comes Cunha and Ahmad. Ahmad. Forest are back quick. Forest got back fast. Oh my goodness. Like wow. Wow. Good dummy from Casemiro. Shot from Bruno off the post. Oh my goodness. That Bruno shot, I didn't think had any chance of it, and it hit the post. Wow. Yeah, I that Bruno shot that just like defied physics somehow. I think he kind of cut it ever so slightly, and so it's skimming the ground and it starts to turn back towards the goal and it ultimately hit the post. Because honestly, I thought that shot was just going to dribble wide. Sells, flips the ball out for a goal kick and on we go. But this is why we need Bruno in a 10 role. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Because then what do you do with Mbumo and Cunha, right? Shaw fouled. Yellow card. Ndoye, I think the first booking of the match, I believe. Oh, I got to stretch my back. Did a lot of standing last night for Halloween. Oof. Getting old, man. Getting old. Ahmad. Back to Euro. Euro crosses the halfway line looking for Casemiro, who finds Delit. Delit in the center circle. Cuts it back, goes to Euro. Euro pushes it forward. Euro looking for options, goes to Ahmad. Ahmad into Mbumo. That is knocked clear by, who's that? Murillo of Forest. Ahmad looking for someone to throw the ball to. Elects to go to Euro. Euro on the ball goes back to Delit. Delit swings it across to Shaw. Shaw looking for options. Shaw goes to Dallo. Dallo tries to go around Savona and it's just stripped of the ball way too easily. Shesko, nice little flick to Dallo. Ahmad. Ahmad, where are you going? Good step by Shaw. Ahmad now on the left hand side. Little back heel to Cunha. Cunha. Cunha still. Cunha was trying to find Casemiro. Casemiro chopped down Elliot Anderson. Oof. Tell me how you're feeling about the match. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to see what was happening with that Casemiro call there. I think Casemiro was making a challenge, pulled out of it. The Forest player goes over his leg, minimal contact. So, I mean, the ref called a foul, but thankfully kept the cards in his pocket. Casemiro with an outside of a boot pass looking for Mbumo down the right hand side. That runs out for a throw in to Nottingham Forest. Man, I'm gonna be so interested to see other people's reactions to this match. Because it's just been strange. It's been strange. There's been some strange calls. There's been a strange energy about it. An unforeseen scoreline. Here comes Forrest. Yates and Doy. Back to Yates. Forrest trying to find a way through our defensive setup at the moment. Milinkovic, Anderson, Anderson out to Hudson Odoi. He's charging at Ahmad, goes down the line, cross deep. I thought that was in the back of the net again. I was like, please. Whew. Man, I thought we got scored on again for a second there. Jesus got on the end of the ball. Luckily, Shaw put him off just enough because that was almost a third goal for Forest. Casemiro and Bruno playing a little back and forth. Bruno switches the point of attack over to Ahmad. Ahmad facing up Hudson-Odoi. Bruno tries a quick ball into the box. No one's really there. Good stuff from DeLitt to win that ball. Over to Shaw. Cunha. Cunha still on it. Cunha looking for options. Goes back to Shaw. Shaw is now taking up a much more advanced role, I should say, in this attack. Shaw is out in the left wing now. Casemiro. Casemiro over to Euro, who's standing at the top of the center circle. Euro goes out to Ahmad. And Bomo back to Ahmad. Ball poked away. And Bomo recovers. Forrest pressing. All the way back to DeLitt. DeLitt over to Shaw. And we're back in our defensive half. And Anderson's out on the ball. Here comes Forrest. Hudson-Odoi right through the middle. Right down Main Street. Wide. This game's making me so uncomfortable right now. It's making me so uncomfortable. I mean, we're getting like it's not like we're getting ripped apart right now. We're just Dorgu's coming on. Dorgu on for Dallo. Dorgu on for Dallo. Um, yeah, it's like it's not like we're getting ripped apart. We're just Forrest are just playing better. You know, Anderson, Hudson-Odoi, Hudson-Odoi dribbling well, goes down looking for a foul, not going to get it. DeLitt recovers the ball deep into United territory. DeLitt swings it over to Shaw. Back to DeLitt. Over to Euro. Euro to Ahmad. Ahmad back to Euro. Euro to Bruno. Bruno looking long for Ahmad again. Out wide, too far, out of bounds. Ruben Amram is shouting. Man, I feel, yeah, I feel uncomfortable watching this match. I feel uncomfortable. Like, I feel like even though we're down 2-1, this game could still go either way. Like, the goals aren't done. Here comes Forrest. Ndoye, Yates, Ndoye, cross blocked by Dorgu out for a corner kick for Forest, which is dangerous because they've got height. Elliot Anderson over to take the corner kick. Ball in. Ahmad almost handballed it. I think he kind of did, but the referee said no. Bruno, Yoro. I skipped Casemiro there. Sorry. Ahmad. Nico Williams wins the ball off of Ahmad. Here comes Forrest. Elliot Anderson cuts it back. Gibbs White. Yates. Hudson Odoi. Gibbs White. Elliot Anderson. Gibbs White. Gibbs White. Ball's bouncing around everywhere in there. And Hudson Odoi. Deep ball in, a little too deep. Man, like I'm just holding my breath watching it. Every time they get in and around their box, I'm like holding my breath. Oh, throw in. Jesus is down for Forrest, but getting to his feet. Euro throws it in to Delit. Delit Casemiro. So look, Ahmad hasn't had the greatest of games by his standards. Like offensively, he's been good. Defensively, he's been exploited a bit. Um, Mbumo, Euro, Ahmad. Forrest have the ball. Like Forrest just seem to, I don't know. I want to say they seem to want it more, but it's not like our players aren't fighting. That's what I don't understand. It feels like one of those matches where we're doing mostly the right things, mostly, and still losing. And that's what I think feels a bit frustrating about it. It isn't like there's this one glaring thing we're doing wrong. It's like we're doing mostly the right things, but we're losing. Casemiro shot block. Cunha. Casemiro gives the ball away. Nope. Bruno. Ball's bouncing around. Forrest break with it. Shaw wins it. Overlap. Dorgu just misses Sheshko's head. Cunha shoot it. Blocked. Man, Forest are throwing their bodies everywhere to block these shots. Dorgu into the box. Cross. Collected by Sells. 75th minute. Man, man, this is a bit breathless at the moment. Looks like Yates is down. This United. I'm just putting out a tweet while Yates is sitting down on the ground getting some medical attention. Mazraoui on for Euro? Huh. Mazraoui on for Lenny Euro. Lenny Euro getting benched for wearing that crazy gold jacket to training to Carrington. No, I'm kidding. But that jacket was pretty wild, though. Supposedly he lost a crossbar challenge. I don't know. I don't believe that. I think he was trying to. I think he thought it was a fit and it wasn't. Jesus coming off for Forest. Awani. Awani's on for Forest. Jesus off. Sells. The Forest keeper has the ball in his hands. Drops it to the pitch. Goes long. Awani with the first touch. Layoff. Forest are attacking. Elliot Anderson gives away. Elliot Anderson again. Forest knocking it. Trying to pull United out. Gives away. Try to keep it in. He does keep it in, but Dorgu is smart to the little cheeky back heel and does his job. Lemens takes a good touch forward. Plays it to Casemiro's feet. Mazraoui and Mbumo. Man, they are all over Mbumo. They are all over Mbumo. Shaw on the ball. Cunha. Mazraoui. Back to Delit. Shaw. Dorgu back to Shaw. Mazraoui. Mbumo. Ahmad. Mbumo. Mazraoui. Casemiro. Ball into the box. Cleared. Here comes Forrest. Anderson. Ooh, if he had looked across the pitch, he would have seen. I don't know who that was, but he would have seen them, and that they would have been in if he looked across the pitch. I'm glad he didn't see that pass. Forrest wins the second ball. Bruno wins the third. It goes down with the foul. Sorry, like I said, late night last night. Halloween. You got to do it big. I'm my down line for Mbumo. Mbumo. Corner kick. Yeah, Elliot Anderson, he's the one who just played it out for a corner kick. Worth every penny, it looks like. Worth every penny. I mean, energy, talent, you know, decent size to him, all that good stuff, strong on the ball, quick, all the good attributes, right? Corner kick from Mbumo coming in, far post. Casemiro, ball bouncing around. Ahmad, what a goal. What a freaking goal. What a goal from Ahmad. Oh my goodness. Volley, left footed volley from Ahmad. I told you there was more in this game. I told you. I said there was more in this game, and there it was. 2-2, 81st minute, or 82nd minute. They're showing it again. Ball bounces around, comes up to Ahmad. First time volley, 18 yards out. Beautiful strike. Goal of the season contender, I'd say. I mean, it probably won't be, but it could be a contender. Handball. Checking for a handball from who? So the VAR check going on right now. Goal stands. Okay. 2-2. Sorry, I was just glancing at some stats there. Oh man, this is going to come down to the last minute. Casemiro forward to Sheshko. Ah, too much on the pass, Sheshko. Sheshko's been kind of quiet. Here comes Forest. Ndoye. Gibbs White. Nico Williams struck it. Corner kick. Someone's getting a card. Who got the card? Mazraoui, I think. Yeah, I think Mazraoui got the yellow card just now on a foul from Hudson and Doy. Yeah, weird challenge. I don't know if I would have made that one for Mazraoui. Anderson standing over the corner kick for Forest. Ball in. And Doy lets it go out for a corner kick from the other side. Oh, another corner kick. Hmm. Ball in from Forest, corner kick. Milenkovic couldn't quite get the right contact on it and is out for a goal kick for United. Like I said, I hold my breath every time Forest have a corner kick just because they've got that height in there and they've got that aggression and they've been first to a lot of the 50-50 balls because we've just been a little bit flat foot. Like there's just a little bit of like a malaise that seems to be around the team this match. Masraoui forward looking for Ahmad and Bumo on the ball now, and Bumo still with it. Ahmad closed down. Bruno Cunha shot right to Sells. Throw in for Forest. Gibbs White on it. Mbumo, Dorgu, Bruno. Quick passes, finds it over to Mazraoui. Mazraoui looking down line. Ahmad. Sheshko heads it down to who? Ah. Sheshko's been frustrating. Sheshko has been frustrating this game. Dorgu takes the ball. Bruno. Cunha. Cunha, whoa, where are you going? Shaw. Cunha. Cunha coming forward. Cunha into the box. Cunha to Sheshko. Sheshko over the bar. Corner kick. Not a corner kick. Let's see. Let's see the replay. Let me see. Was this a corner kick? Sheshko. That should be a corner kick. I think it should be a corner kick, I think. I guess not. Makeup call, I guess. I don't know. Goal kick for Forest. Sells goes long. DeLitt wins the first ball. Forrest wins the second ball. Flicked on by Forrest. Mazraoui tries to dribble it out from the back, stripped off of him. Here's Hudson Odoi into the box. Anderson. Oh my goodness. This is. Oh my goodness. J2387 says those two quick fire goals from Nottingham are so annoying. What is your thought on this formation? I still think we can't utilize it properly. Let me come back to that really quickly. Corner kick. Okay, all the way back to Sells. I'm gonna come back to your point really quickly. Your question. It just seemed like that was another missed call from the referee. It seemed like the referee missed what should have been a goal kick and gave a corner kick. That was bizarre. Again, this referee having a weird, strange game. But anyway, back to your point, J2387 dash P6I. Um, yeah, those two goals really, really shocked us. Those two goals really shocked us. But I think honestly, Forrest coming out and playing the way that they played, pressing us high up the pitch, I think that really 5 minutes stoppage time. By the way, I think that put us off our game, and so our players are looking a bit flat-footed. But in terms of this formation, I think that we need to. I think we need to have another one up our sleeve, right? Like I know that as you play, right, like you might come out in a 3-4-2-1 setup, but then your defensive shape is like a 4-5-1 or a 5-4-1, and then your attacking shape is something different, right? It's like a 2-5 whatever, right? You get what I'm trying to say. But I think that this formation works at times. Um, but when you're playing a team like how Forest is playing today, who close you down quickly, um, I don't know that it works. I think it isolates our players a bit too much. And that was one of my complaints early on about the formation, was that our players seem too isolated. Um, like this is a game where you need to move the ball quickly because Forest are closing you down very quickly, and you can't move it quickly if you're on an island, right? And so I think our formation and our tactics in this game, we kind of missed the mark a little bit. So I think we can utilize it properly, but I think it's not so much utilizing it properly. I think it's knowing when to utilize it and when to do something different. I think maybe we should have gone um maybe even a standard 4-4-2, or something a little bit different. Um or a 4-3-3 or something, right? Like I would like to see us try other formations a bit more rather than just trying to work with oof, that took an awkward deflection, rather than just trying to stick with this one formation and trying to force it. That's what I think. Yeah, that Casemiro strike, if that had bounced the right way, that would have been awful for Cells. Like I said, 5 minutes of stoppage time. We're in the third minute, coming to the end of the third minute of stoppage time. So another 2 minutes to play. Corner kick, Manchester United. Short. I'm a Delict. Oof. I'm a oof. Off the line. Oh man. I really want to see Manutd, Cass, and Bruno together. Uh, you want to see? Do you want to see Manutd in a 10 role or in a midfield role? And same with Bruno too. Do you want to see Manutd and Bruno as tens together, or as one of them as a 10, one of them as a center mid? Because obviously Casemiro is going to be the other center mid. So let me know what you're thinking on that. Are you thinking Manutd, Casemiro, Bruno? Or are you thinking Bruno, Casemiro, Manutd? Or are you thinking Manutd, Cas, pivot, Bruno, advanced? I could see that in a game where we have a lot of the ball and we're not having to do a bunch of running. I still don't think Manutd has the legs to be a center mid. Call me crazy, call me whatever. I still think Manutd is a 10, right? Or even if you want to stretch a bit, could play as even a false nine in a way. Just hear me out on that one. Could play. If you look at his attributes, he could. Um, because false nines dropping in deep, right? They aren't. Um, but for Manu, I don't think he has the legs to be a midfielder. I think if we put Casemiro and Manu next to each other, and the game gets stretched and it's running back and forth, I think we get cooked in the midfield. I think Bruno's just kind of getting by now defensively, right? In terms of getting up and down the pitch, I think Bruno's just kind of getting by. That's full time 2-2. Got out of it 2-2. 2-2. Let me stop the clock. I almost stopped the stream by mistake. That would have been a mistake. So yeah, 2-2. What a strange match that was. And this kind of goes into the answer that I was giving you, J2387, about the formation and whatnot. Um, just off the top gut reaction, I think we were caught off guard, excuse me, by Forest and their press. They pressed us high and they were very aggressive all over the pitch. all over the pitch, and I think we thought, myself included, that they were going to sit off of us and give us time and space on the ball and just try and counterattack. But they pressed, and I mean, you know, the tweaks, the changes that Sean Dyche has made have made the difference. Um, I mean, and we know that Forest always had good players, right? Um, so I think Sean Dyche is, making the most of what he's got right now and doing a good job with it. But um, yeah, like I gotta say hats off to Forest because they came out. Sorry, I'm just closing my tablet here. Distracted me with weird commercials. I keep looking at it like, why is this guy shoving a hot dog down his throat? Anyway, um, yeah, yeah. I think we were just caught off guard by it. It was just a strange first half for our players. And I mean, honestly, a lot of them were pretty flat-footed. Because again, I think we were caught off guard by the way that Forest just attacked us. I think we were caught off guard by that. And so again, you saw players getting the ball and they're trying to kind of direct their teammates. Teammates aren't really moving because, Forest are set up well defensively, cutting off passing lanes, um, and kind of thinking ahead of us. So a little bit flat-footed from us, and I think that cost us a bit. Our goal was controversial. I mean, the ball, upon reflection, upon seeing the replays, the ball was in. Right, my gut reaction was that the ball was out, and I was like, "Oh, that's a corner kick," blah blah blah. And then the ref blew the whistle, and I was celebrating. But then, when you went back and you looked at the replay, the whole ball was not across the whole of the line. As you know, that's the rule. So we got away with that goal there. Um, and I thought, okay, we'll either grind out this 1-0 result, or maybe we'll come out second half, make a few tweaks, get that second goal, and then hold on for the win. But came out second half, and Forest were like not so fast. Two quick fire goals from Forest, good goals from Forest, honestly. Um, and obviously, then suddenly we're on the wrong end of the scoreline. Um, and really, I thought Forest were going to put another couple past us with the way they were playing. It wasn't that we were so bad; we were just a little bit static, a little bit flat-footed, and Forest were just all over the pitch. I mean, there was one break that we had. I can't remember which minute it was. I should have written it down, but I thought we were going to make something out of it, and the Forest players were back in a flash. I mean, every single one of them sprinted back. It was like, I mean, from a neutral perspective, it was beautiful to watch. From a neutral perspective, it was beautiful to watch Forrest sprint back like that and set up the defensive posture like in an instant, right? So as a neutral, I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. Obviously, as a United supporter, it was frustrating. Um, but honestly, like it took a piece of magic from Ahmad to get us out of there with a point. Um, on the balance of play, I kind of think that maybe should have gone Forrest's way, but Ahmad rescued us. I think that was a lesson for Manchester United in playing teams who are going to really attack you and press you hard and close you down, who have a size advantage and a physical all over the pitch. Um, so I think that that's an important lesson that we learned today. And I think that, in our recruiting, we should make sure we get players who are able to play against teams like this. And speaking of getting players, man, Elliot Anderson, worth every single penny. I mean, that guy, like, he looks like he's ready made for our team with the way he was playing, the balls he was playing, and how he was, running the game. I mean, could you imagine him in our midfield, right? Even next to Bruno? Because Elliot Anderson's got the legs to get about the pitch. So, like, I mean, no offense, Casemiro, you drop Casemiro to the bench. You got Elliot Anderson and Bruno. And I mean, I don't even like Bruno being a center mid, to be honest. I think Bruno should be back in a 10 role. But let's just say we were able to get Elliot Anderson next summer, and like that was maybe our only signing. It shouldn't be, but let's say it was. Elliot Anderson next to Bruno in the midfield. So that way Bruno doesn't have to drop so deep. He can kind of still play more advanced. Man, man, you talk about whew, that's title challenging if you ask me. I do think we still need to sort out our left wing back position, right? I don't like Dallo over there, and I don't think Dorgu is quite the star. I mean, the starter yet. He's young. He's got time to develop. Needs to develop. But I think we need someone more senior in that left wing back role, to kind of lead the way and teach Dorgu. But I don't want to see Dallo over there. He doesn't work well over there. You know, he does all right, but he doesn't really. Um. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know in the chat. I gotta get something to eat because I'm so hungry. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna grab a quick bite. Probably come back on, do a post match discussion. But please do smash the like button and subscribe if you are new. And yeah, I will catch you. I'll catch you in the comments. So please do leave a comment. But I'll also catch you in the post match here in a little bit. So I'll see you there in a little bit. Peace.